Myself, Kanerkar LM, Biology Department, RBNB College, Srirampur. I teach a biology paper first. Now today start the at 11th science chapter number 13. Chapter number 13, respiration and energy transfer. They are the most important topic in 11th science. Weightage of this 5 to 7 marks. Weightage in this topic. These are the most important physiological process. Now, there are the different physiological process occur in all living organisms, like the photosynthesis, respiration, as well as transpiration, as well as the absorption of water and mineral from the soil. There are the different physiological process present occurs within the plants. Now, this physiological respiration is the one of the important physiological process generally occur within all living organisms. Which all living organism, because of all living organism require the constant supply of energy for various life processes. Now this respiration, these are the energy releasing process. Because of now this respiration means they are the continuous process, day night process. Throughout the life, this process process of respiration is takes place in throughout the life. Throughout the life means continuous process, day night process. Okay. Now the respiration takes place in prokaryotic as well as eukaryotic organisms. Now this process of respiration means in which the complex organic compound like the carbohydrate means C6H12O6 are called as a carbohydrates, are also called as a respiratory substrate. Now these respiratory substrates are break down to form, means complex organic substances are break down to form a simple inorganic substance like the carbon dioxide and water. Means glucose is break down to form a simple inorganic substance, carbon dioxide and water, in presence of oxygen or in absence of oxygen, and to release the energy in the form of ATP. Means one glucose molecule is break down in the presence of oxygen and to release the 38 ATP. How much? 38 ATP means 686 kilocalorie energy is released from the breakdown of one glucose molecule. Okay. Now these are the this breakdown takes place in presence of oxygen. Now this respiration is a catabolic process, means these are the breakdown of complex organic compound. Why they are called as a catabolic process? Because of these process in which respiration in which break down the complex organic compound, means catabolic process. Now it involves the various steps into two forms CO2 plus H2O. It involves the various steps. Hence, therefore, they are also called as a physico-chemical process. Means catabolic physico-chemical process. Now, in plants, a living organism consists of mainly two processes. Now, first process they are also called as a anabolic process. Anabolic process means synthesis process, made to synthesize the complex organic compound. This process called as a anabolic process. Photosynthesis is an anabolic process. Then second type of process called as a catabolic process. Now this catabolic process means breakdown of complex organic compound. These complex organic compounds are break down into simple inorganic substance, means are called as a catabolic process. Now this breakdown means therefore the respiration is a destructive process. They are the energy releasing process. They are the endothermic process, or this process is energy releasing process, also called as a endergonic process. These are called as a endergonic process. Now this respiration is a intracellular catabolic process, in which it is intracellular catabolic process. catabolic process or catabolic reactions, catabolic reaction in which complex organic compounds are break down to form simple inorganic. This is carbon dioxide and water is a simple inorganic substances. Simple inorganic substances. And this is carbohydrates means glucose or they are called as complex organic compound means these are the called as a respiratory substance. These substances are break down from complex to simple. They are also called as a respiratory substrate. They are called as a respiratory substrate. Now the respiratory substrate like the carbohydrate, protein, lipids, organic acid. They are the different type of respiratory substrate. Carbohydrate, proteins, lipid or organic acid. Now the carbohydrate like the starch, hemicellulose, cellulose. These are the carbohydrates. Means glucose and sucrose is generally used as a respiratory substrate because of these are the easily available. They are the easily available, easily hydrolyzed, easily available, and now these are also used as a respiratory substrate. They are the respiratory. That is simple definition. Now first of all the definition. Now respiration is a intracellular process, intracellular catabolic reaction or process in which complex organic substances are break down into simple inorganic substances and to release the energy in the form of ATP. They are called as a respiration. A respiration is a catabolic process, destructive process, energy releasing process, or they are also called as a endergonic or exothermic reaction, which respiratory substrates are also used for a process of respiration. Generally a respiratory substrate like the carbohydrate, proteins, lipid and organic acids, they are also used, but generally a carbohydrate means glucose is used as a respiratory substrate because of easily available or easily hydrolyzed. That is the simple definition of respiration. That is respiration. Okay. Now another nextly, now this in the process of respiration, energy is released or energy released process. They are called as a energy releasing process. What about? These are the energy releasing process. Now energy is released in the form of ATP. Energy is released in the form of ATP. Now what is by ATP? ATP means adenosine triphosphate. ATP means adenosine triphosphate. This ATP is an energy rich molecule. These are the energy rich molecule. ATP is an energy rich molecule. Hence therefore this ATP is also called as a energy. They are called as energy rich or compound in all living organism. Hence therefore they are also called as a energy currency. Energy currency. They are called as energy currency, or these are also called as a energy coin. Energy coin. They are called as a energy coin, or they are also called as energy currency because of they provide the quick energy for various cellular process. They provide quick energy, source of quick energy for various activity. They are metabolic activity. Because why they are called as energy currency or they are energy coin, or because of they provide the quick source of energy for various metabolic reaction. Hence they are called as a energy currency or energy coin. Okay. Now this ATP consists of mainly three components. Now first, pentose sugar means components of ATP. Components of ATP consist of, now first they are called as a pentose sugar. Then second second pentose sugar, then adenine, and third 3-phosphate group, 3-phosphate group. Okay, now first explain with the help of label diagram. Now sketch the diagram. These are the adenine. This is adenine. Adenine is a purine nitrogen base. It has a double ring. They are the double ring nitrogen base. Purine nitrogen base. They are the double ring. This one ring and another ring. They are the adenine. Then attach with adenine, combine with pentose sugar. Pentose sugar consists of 5 carbon containing compound. 5 carbon containing compound means 5 carbon containing compound. These are the ribose sugar, or they are also called as a pentose sugar. These are called as a pentose sugar or ribose sugar. Now this adenine combine with ribose sugar to form adenosine, and this ribose sugar combine with 3-phosphate group. How many? 3-phosphate group. They are called as adenosine triphosphate, means 3-phosphate group. How many? 3 adenosine triphosphate. They are the simple structure. Now this adenine is a nitrogen base, and a purine nitrogen base. Ribose sugar, they are the pentose sugar, 5 carbon containing compound. Okay, then 3-phosphate group. Now these phosphate groups are attached to the adenosine. Suppose adenosine combine with 1-phosphate group. 1-phosphate group means they are also called as adenosine monophosphate. Suppose 2-phosphate groups are attached. They are called as adenosine diphosphate, and 3-phosphate group attached to the adenosine. They are also called as ATP, means adenosine triphosphate, because of addition of phosphate group. First phosphate group called as adenosine monophosphate. Second, 2-phosphate groups are attached to the adenosine called as adenosine diphosphate, and 3-phosphate groups are attached to the adenosine called as adenosine triphosphate. Okay, now this adenosine triphosphate, these formation of high energy bond. Now this first hydrogen bond, this energy bond is a low energy bond, and these 2 bond, these are the alpha, beta and gamma. These are the 3-phosphate group. Now first bond is a low energy bond. These are the low energy bond. These 2, beta and gamma, second and third, they are the first. Second and third, they are the high energy bond. They are called as a high energy bond. Why they are called as a low energy bond? Because of this formation of bond, this breakdown, this low energy bond, 3.4 kilocalorie energy is released. But this high energy bond, beta or gamma bond is released, means second and third, that is high energy bond. This energy bond is breakdown to release 7.3 kilocalorie of each bond. Suppose the second bond is breakdown to release the 7.3 kilocalorie energy, as well as third high energy bond is breakdown to release the 7.3 kilocalorie energy. Now this formation of high energy bond, the synthesis of ATP, they are called as synthesis of ATP. Now synthesis of ATP synthesis of ATP. Synthesis of ATP. Synthesis of ATP from ADP means adenosine triphosphate combined with inorganic phosphate. Inorganic phosphate to form ATP means adenosine diphosphate ADP combines with another one inorganic phosphate group to form ATP. They are called as a phosphorylation. They are called as phosphorylation. Phosphorylation means synthesis of ATP. Now this synthesis of ATP, this phosphorylation takes place in photosynthesis. Synthesis of ATP. Synthesis of ATP from ADP combines with inorganic phosphate group in presence of light. With the help of chlorophyll pigment. Hence, they are also called as a photophosphorylation. This process called as a photophosphorylation. Okay. In process of photosynthesis of ATP by photophosphorylation. In respiration. Synthesis of ATP from ADP combines with inorganic phosphate group by oxidation of complex organic compound. Oxidation of complex organic compound. They are also called as a oxidative. Yes, they are called as a oxidative phosphorylation. Means two synthesis of ATP by two form. Means first like in process of photosynthesis, synthesis of ATP in presence of light called as a photophosphorylation. In respiration, synthesis of ATP from ADP combines with inorganic phosphate by oxidation. Hence called as oxidative phosphorylation. Means respiration. In respiration, synthesis of all type of ATP. It means all ATPs are synthesized by oxidative phosphorylation. In photosynthesis, ATPs are synthesized by photophosphorylation. That is the simple structure of ATP. Suppose one ATP synthesis of how much energy release ATP, how much energy release, suppose 3.4 kilocalorie. Breakdown of first low energy bond plus 7.3 kilocalorie energy plus another second and break down the third ATP means 7.3 means 7.3 3 plus 3 plus 0 means 18 ATP means these are the 18 kilocalorie, not 18. It is 18 kilocalorie energy released from breakdown of one ATP. One ATP is breakdown to form 18 kilocalorie energy. Okay. Now in respiration, glucose acts as a substrate. How much ATP is generated or released? 38 ATP generated. Means 38 into 80 ATPs or energies, kilocalorie energy is released, means 686 kilocalorie energy is released from breakdown of one glucose molecule. Okay. Now these are the synthesis of ATP, or ATP is a currency, energy currency, or they are also called as a energy coin, because of it provides the quick source of energy for various life activity or metabolic activity. Now this it consists of mainly three parts: this adenine, then second part ribose sugar, and three phosphate group. Adenine combined with ribose sugar to form adenosine. Adenosine combined with one inorganic phosphate group to form adenosine monophosphate. This adenosine combined with 2 phosphate group called as adenosine diphosphate, and adenine combined with 3 phosphate group to form ATP, means adenosine triphosphate. Adenosine triphosphate. Now breakdown of 1 ATP. Breakdown of 1 ATP means breakdown of 3 phosphate group. Breakdown of 3 phosphate group, and to generate 18 kilocalorie energy is generated from breakdown, because of the first bond is breakdown and release the 3.4 kilocalorie, second breakdown to for 7.3 kilocalorie, and third breakdowns from breakdown the high energy bond and to form 7.3, a total 18 kilocalorie energy is released. 18 kilocalorie energy is released, the breakdown of 1 glucose molecule. These are the introductory part, or these are the structure of ATP. Okay, now next, now this chapter include the definition, then ATP, structure of ATP. Now next one, site of respiration. Site of respiration. Now this respiration takes place in all living organisms, means all living organisms. Living organisms means organism, it may be prokaryotes, it means prokaryotes or eukaryotes. Prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Now these prokaryotes might means membrane bounded cell organelles are absent within the prokaryotic cell. Membrane bounded cell organelles are well developed within the eukaryotic cell. This membrane bounded cell organelle like the mitochondria. This absence of mitochondria, absence of mitochondria in prokaryotic cell. Hence, this prokaryotic cell also absence of mitochondria, and now this absence of mitochondria, therefore the respiration does not take place. Now this respiration takes place in presence of respiratory enzymes. Now these respiratory enzymes are located within in prokaryote. Respiratory enzymes are located in plasma membrane and plus mesosomes. The respiratory enzymes takes place within the prokaryotic cell in plasma membrane and mesosome, because of absence of mitochondria. In absence of mitochondria, there is a respiratory substance or respiratory enzymes takes place within the plasma membrane and mesosomes. Okay. Now, this is in prokaryotic cell. Therefore, these prokaryotic organisms means they are the lower organisms. They are called as the lower organisms. In absence of mitochondria, they respire anaerobically. Anaerobic respiration. Now, second type of living organism like the eukaryotic organism. Now, this in eukaryotic organism, well developed membrane bounded cell organism is presence of mitochondria. Hence respiratory enzymes takes place within the matrix of mitochondria. Hence respiration takes place within the mitochondria. Okay. Now these are the site of respiration. Means respirations takes place in all living organisms. In prokaryotes, respirations takes place with respiratory enzymes takes place within the plasma membrane and mesosome, means that is site of respiration. And eukaryote, the respiratory enzymes takes place within the mitochondria. Hence, the mitochondria is a site of Site of respiration in eukaryotic organism. In eukaryotic, mitochondria. Site of respiration, mitochondria. Mitochondria in eukaryotic organism. Means higher organism. Now this mitochondria, structure of mitochondria or ultrastructure of mitochondria. Now this mitochondria takes place within the all eukaryotic organisms, means higher organism, means these presence of mitochondria, these organisms are respire in aerobically, means presence of oxygen. Now this mitochondria is absent within the prokaryote as well as RBCs. RBCs, absence of mitochondria. Now length of this mitochondria, is 3 to 4 micron in width. 3 to 4 micron. 3 to, these are the 3 to 4 micron. How much? 3 to 4 micron. 3 to 4 millimicron. Millimicron in width. And diameter of this, these are the 0.5 to 1 millimicron in length. These are the microscopic. They are the microscopic in structure. Only one diameter is 0.5 to 1 millimicron in diameter, and length of this mitochondria is 3 to 4 millimicron or micrometer. Okay, these are the size. Then another like this shape, these are the polymorphic shapes. Some of these oval shape, some of these circular shape, or some of these mitochondria is also rod shaped or cylindrical shape. Some of the oval, circular as well as granular, or these are the means different shape of this mitochondria, hence are also called as a polymorphic shape. Then another number of mitochondria. Now this mitochondria more number present within the active cells, active organism or active cells. In active cell, more mitochondria present in the cell, they are the more active. Less mitochondria present within the cell, called as a less active. They are also less active. Means a dormant or inactive cell. Dormant and inactive cell, presence of few mitochondria. Now, as well as in active cells, there are the more metabolic reactions are takes place, and more mitochondria are present within the active cell as well as germinating cells. Generally, germinating cells respire very fast because of maximum mitochondria is present. Then another, now germinating cells having a many mitochondria, hence the rate of metabolic reactions are very fast. Hence next like the structure of mitochondria. Now this mitochondria consists of two layers. These are the outer layer, they are called as outer membrane, and inner layer called as inner membrane. Means these are the outer membrane, means they are also called as a double membrane. Outer membrane and inner membrane. Outer and inner. Both membranes are made up of lipids and proteins. Means they are also called as proteins. Means they are also called as lipidoproteins. Now this outer membrane, these are the outer membrane is smooth. Now look at, these are the outer membrane is smooth, continuous. Then inner membrane is a finger-like projection. Shows the finger-like projection, means folded. Finger-like projection. They are also called as a cristae. They are the folded, and These are the called as a cristae. Now these are the cristae. The inner membrane is made up of a number of folds. They are called as a cristae. Now this cristae, inner membrane of this cristae, it shows this small particle. They are called as a F1 particle. They are called as a F1 particle, or they are also called as a oxysomes. Or respiration takes place on this particle. They are called as a respiratory particle, or electron transport system means elementary. They are also called as a elementary particle, or these are also called as a phosphorylating particles. These F1 particles they are called as a oxysome, or they are also called as phosphorylating particles, or they are also called as a respiratory particle, or they are also called as a elementary particle. These are the synonyms of the F1 particles. Now, this F1 particle, these are the inner F1 particles are embedded on the inner side of the inner membrane. And each F1 particle consists of mainly three parts: head, stalk, and base. Means head, stalk, and base. This is a head region presents synthesis of ATP. Synthesis of ATP takes place within the head region. Hence, because of presence of enzyme ATPase. ATPase enzymes are present within the head regions. Which region? Head region. Means synthesis of ATP takes place within the head region, or electron transport systems are takes place in F1 particle or phosphorylating particle. Okay. Now these are the outer membrane and inner membrane. Now in between this outer and inner membrane, now this space between the outer and inner membrane, they are also called as a perimitochondrial space. Perimitochondrial space. In between this outer membrane and inner membrane, this space called as a perimitochondrial space. Now, this perimitochondrial space means pyruvic acids are converted into acetyl coenzyme takes place within the perimitochondrial space. This perimitochondrial space, they are the conversion of pyruvic acid into two molecules of pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme. That is the connecting link between cytoplasm and the matrix, means glycolysis and Krebs cycle. Okay. Now another. Now inside this inner membrane presence of semi-fluid or a liquid, they are also called as a matrix. They are called as a matrix. Now this matrix contain the presence of different type of enzymes as well as coenzymes. Coenzymes, as well as presence of ribosomes, as well as presence of DNA. Ribosomes takes place within the matrix of mitochondria. Means this Krebs cycle takes place within the matrix of mitochondria. Which site of Krebs cycle? Matrix is a site of Krebs cycle because of it contains the different type of enzymes and coenzymes which are required to break down and synthesis of other complex organic compound within the matrix. Hence, there are also Krebs cycles are takes place within the matrix. Now, then another. Now this mitochondria matrix within presence of DNA. Hence, this mitochondria are also called as a self-duplicating unit. Why they are called as self-duplicating unit? Because of these are presence of a DNA. These are the circular double-stranded DNA. They are called as DNA present within this mitochondria. Hence, mitochondria is a self-duplicating unit. Now, then another. Now, this mitochondrial matrix presence of ribosome. Now, these ribosomes are also help to the synthesis of different type of proteins. Hence, they are also called as a self-replicating autonomous unit. self-replicating autonomous unit, why they are called as a they are also called as a mitochondria. Means mitochondria is a self-replicating self or autonomous unit, self-replicate because of DNA is naked, circular and double stranded. They are replicate within the cell division. Hence they are the self-replicating. And another like the why they are also called as semi-autonomous unit, because of it contain the own protein making machinery. Means mitochondria contain the own protein making machinery within the matrix of mitochondria. Hence they are also called as a cell semi-autonomous unit. Means mitochondria is a self-replicating and semi-autonomous unit because of the presence of DNA and ribosomes.